Hello friends! Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello and welcome. My name is Tashiana. Here we tell stories and we make messes and eventually we get our stories into our albums. So today I am making a layout with the, I would if I could get it out the package. My goodness. Okay, sorry guys. Today I'm making a layout with the March Stories by the Month kit. From Ali Edwards. I am making a layout. It's the chipboard. The chipboard doesn't, haha, I was victorious. I am making a layout for Ali Edwards using the March Stories by the Month kit. And so the March Stories by the Month kit is very spring themed, and it is still winter. So at first I was like, what stories do I want to tell with this? Then I was like, I could tell an older story. Also, it's very like get outside and go do things kind of kit. And I was like, I could tell a story about Joshua and I going hiking. And then I saw this card. And it says, if winter has the courage to turn into spring, who says I can't bloom just the same? And I was like, never mind, not telling an outside story, not even telling a story about being inside, telling an inside story. And when I say inside, I mean inside me, like about my thoughts and my feelings. So I have this card that I want to use, which says, spring will come and so will happiness. Hold on, life will get warmer. And see, by the time this video goes up, you will have already seen the kit because it will be able for purchase. But I love, first of all, I love these colors. And so I originally had this card and I was like, do I want to do Bring On the Growth? And then I decided to do my journaling straight on my photo, which is not something I do all the time. It was perfect for this photo because it's a picture of Joshua and I, it's our feet and us holding hands, and there was all this empty space in the picture and it was perfect for documenting and telling my story right on the photo. And I'm telling a brunch story. Sorry, this is going like this because I have to make sure that I punch the holes in this side because I didn't leave myself any space to punch the holes on that side. I'm telling a brunch story. I love telling brunch stories because Joshua and I go on brunch all the time. It's like our favorite way to like hang out and reconnect. So we are telling a brunch story. So here's a picture of our meals. I had polenta with pork belly and kale, and he had catfish with spaghetti squash, and there's my mimosa because brunch is not brunch without a mimosa or two. And my plan was to do some stamping on this card to make a filler card. So many of you have been receptive to my attempts to stamp, so I'm going to keep trying it. I'm going to stop saying that I'm not a stamper, and I'm just going to start stamping until I eventually become a stamper. So I'm going to stamp a title here. Put a chipboard here, make a repeat stamping card here, and I'm going to do stamping all over this because since this is a physical kit and there is this stamp set, I'm going to actually use it. So I have to, actually I will be right back because I need a 3x4 piece of paper that I can put in here, and then I will come back and we will actually start working on this page. Okay friends, so we're back. So I have my piece of paper that I am stamping on, and I grabbed this mat out my Misty. I love this mat. Someone recommended or said that part of the easiest way to stamp is to stamp on something that had like a mouse pad texture. This comes out of the Misty, and this is what I do all my stamping on, and it comes in really handy. So I'm going to first grab an ink. I'm going to use my archival ink for stamping on the photo. And then I'm going to grab some inks to stamp my card. And I think I'm going to do this. So I'm going to grab Olympia. We'll see how many rows of stamping I get to do because I want to stamp Ready for Adventure of Any Kind and just layer it. So I'm going to grab a few inks. I'm going to grab Olympia. I'm going to grab Honeyman, Tillamook, and Rose Garden. Yeah. And we'll see, again, we'll see how many layers of stamping I actually need to fill out this card. But I loved this color sequence, so pretty much I'm doing this color sequence there, and I already have the blue. So we're just going to start working, and then I will read you my journaling when I am finished. So I'm going to stamp, remember this, bring on the details, right above my journaling. Sorry, I'm trying to like remember what I was planning on doing. I had this like storyboarded in my head, and then this happens to me all the time. I have this like, or do I want to stamp the story of right now? No, I think I'm gonna go with remember this. I have this thing where I have like I get all the details worked out, and I'm like, all right, I have this project, and then I turn on the camera, and it all goes out of my head and out the window. So I just had to remember what I was going to do. I'm gonna use my tiny block, which I'm probably gonna regret. I don't want to use the big block though. I'm gonna use the tiny block. Get this pretty close to straight, and it's gonna go right here. So I'm gonna prime this on the back of my hand and get a piece of scratch paper so I can do some test stamping before I put that on my photo. And I just like the archival inks because they're photo safe. I just, I'm not sure if Ali's inks are photo safe. I have to look that up when I'm done here, but I don't want to chance stamping it and then they smudge and they smear. So I know archival inks work on photos and they don't smear, so that's why I'm going with this. Okay, so I'm just going to keep stamping this until I get a solid impression. And again, this is my fault because my archival ink is all dried up and I keep forgetting to get a new one whenever I go to Michael's. I'm probably just going to have to order one online because I keep forgetting to buy one in the store. But so there we go. We're going to stamp remember this. It says remember this, bring on the details. I'm just going to hopefully get a really good impression the first time since I'm going right on my photo. We will cross our fingers. And if it doesn't work, then I'm just going to print the photo again. Come on. Oh, perfect. So remember this, bring on the details. I got a perfect stamp. And then I'm going to put this chipboard that says loving this on the bottom. And it is like the perfect size for this photo. Like it fits right there. Now I kind of want to put something here. And the kit comes with these fun, I'm going to close this so I don't make a mess. The kit comes with these fun green phrase stickers. So do I want to put the one that says get outside? Never mind. I'm gonna leave. I was thinking about putting one up here, but I don't know if I want to. I think I'm just gonna leave it for now, and I'm gonna finish the layout and then I'll decide if I want to put some of those green stickers. I love that color, by the way. If you didn't know this, green is my favorite color. And if you couldn't tell by oh Lord, I do this all the time. Okay, I do this all the time with my chipboard. Oh no. I might have to reprint this. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. I might have to reprint this because I just dropped my chipboard piece. So we'll see. I'll be right back. Okay, so I didn't have to reprint my photo. I just took a little bit of elbow grease and peeled it off. And then I just used some glue to stick down the chipboard back. The chipboard from the manufacturer that makes Ali's supplies is really sticky, which is sometimes a good thing if you put them down where you want them the first time. I almost never do, and so I end up fighting with chipboard all the time because I always have to move stuff because I didn't put it down in the right place. But all right. So I have my stamping and I have my loving this, and I might put something in that empty space. I haven't decided because I can't use, yeah, none of these other sentiments work because I can't use March looks like because this was in February. So maybe I might pull out, actually I have chipboard everywhere. Oh no, I know what I can do. This kit comes with this fun wood veneer, and I wonder if I can paint this. Now, is this going to be too tall? Yeah, I could paint that. I could use that one, or which one? Or I could use the heart. Do I want to use this cloud? Oh, I kind of like that cloud. I think that cloud is the perfect shape because the sun is almost too big. All right, so I'm going to use that cloud, and I'm going to paint it. Well, what color am I going to paint it? Am I going to paint it blue? I might paint it blue. So I have these, the Crafters inks from Ali Edwards, and I'm going to grab Columbia, so I think that's blue, and I'm just going to paint that cloud. Never mind, I'm not going to do that. I'm lazy. I'm going to use my Distress Oxides because I can just do it that way. So I'm going to, yeah, I think I can do it with the Distress Oxides. I'm just going to get a brush and color that cloud. So we'll see. I might regret not using paint. We'll see how this goes. I'm going to try it with this first and we'll see. Oh no, that's working fine. Okay. So I probably would have gotten like more solid impression with the paint. But I didn't want to actually pull out paint and a paintbrush and everything else. And this is working just fine. Look at that. Like, that colored that perfectly. All right, so I'm gonna just go ahead and heat set this off camera to dry this ink down so it doesn't like smudge and smear, and then I'm gonna put that on my page. I really like the way that looks. Like, I should color wood veneer with these distress oxides more often. I was 100% experimenting just now. I had no idea if that was gonna work, but I think that looks pretty good. And I just used a basic brush from, these are like those ink blending brushes that everybody has. Mine are from Amazon because they're pretty inexpensive and they work just fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and heat set this to dry it, put it on my page, and I will be right back. So we're back. So I have the peacock feathers is almost the exact color of that card, so that worked out really well. I heat set it so it is, none of the ink is transferring, and then I just use a little bit of wet glue to stick that onto my photo, and there we go. This side of the layout is finished. I'm going to go ahead and just punch a hole in it right now because I feel like I'm gonna keep forgetting which side it's supposed to get holes punched in and punch holes in the wrong side. So there we go. That is this side of the page, and now I'm gonna work on the opposite side. It's a little jarring because I'm so used to the big photo being on this side, which is why I'm taking chances and putting it on that side. So I'm going to do some more stamping. So I'm going to stamp, since I used the Remember This, I'm gonna stamp the story of Right Now right alongside the bottom of our food photo. I love the stamps in this kit, just because they're not all super themed. Like, some of them are, like that one says March Memories, so it's kind of specific to March, which makes sense because this is the Stories by the Month kit. But the rest of those stamps, you could literally use any other time of year to tell any stories, and any sort of stamp set that is like, oh, here are the details of the story, those tend to be my favorite. All right, so I'm just going to fight with my archival ink again to try to get a good impression. I will eventually remember to go to Michael's and replace it. Oh, there we go. That was pretty good. All right, I like that. So we're just gonna go ahead and stamp this down right, hopefully in the center. I really don't know if this is centered, but we'll see. I think it's close enough to center that. Perfect. All right, that worked really well. So here we go. I have my stamp, the story of Right Now, and I think here I will put one of those green phrase stickers. So, feeling refreshed. A new season is here. I like that. All right, a new season is here. And I'm going to use my tweezers so I don't ruin it. And this sticker is just about the same width as the stamp, so it worked perfectly. Okay, that looks really good, you guys. So that's what that looks like so far. So I have my photo with some stamping and that sticker. I have my big photo with some stamping, a chipboard, and that wood veneer. And now I'm not doing anything to this card. This is the blue card, just gonna go in there. Now I'm gonna do my repeat stamping for my filler card. So I am going to use this one, Ready for Adventure of Any Kind. And I like that it has like that asterisk. So it says Ready for Adventure, then it has like a little asterisk and it says of any kind. It's such a cool design for a stamp set. I like it a lot. All right, so it looks like I can get 1, 2, 3. So it looks like I'm gonna get just shy of 4 rows. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna stamp the green one off. I'm gonna stamp the green one. Okay, friends, so I am working on building my stamping. So I put that green down first, and then I went in and I put some of the yellow. You'll see that my yellow stamping isn't perfect in the middle, and that's because I didn't ink the stamp well on that second impression. So I was planning on adding a little bit of chipboard to the middle anyway. So now I'm definitely going to do that. So now I'm just testing the orange. Oh, that orange is really pretty. So I'm using all Allie's Crafters inks. I will link the colors in the description box. Sorry if my head's in the frame. The only way to get this close to, well, I don't want to say close to perfect because this is not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but the only way to get it pretty close to straight, I guess, was to get my head in the frame. So I have just put down the stamping with Tillamook, and now I'm just going to go in and use Rose Garden to do the top. Now I said I was going to stamp off a little bit with the green to give myself enough room for the pink, and then I got so flustered with my stamping that I forgot to do that. So the pink might not fit all the way, which is okay. It looks like it's only coming off a tiny bit. Sorry if you can see my head. I'm almost done with this. Okay, so there we go. So there's my filler card, and I think that came out, actually I like that a lot. Like, you guys, let's take this off so you can see what it looks like off of all that mess I made. But I think, oh Lord, now I'm ripping the paper. This is washi. It was supposed to come off pretty easily. It didn't. But I think that came out really, I like that so much. I need to do that more often, actually. That was really fun. I've never done something like that, so I think that came out really good. Okay, so I'm going to grab some chipboard, and I'm going to put the So Ready for This Next Season right here, especially to cover up where my yellow stamping was less than perfect. So I'm just going to put that So Ready for This Next Season right there. And then do I want to add I'm trying to decide if I want to add, I think what I'm going to do is put it in the pocket and just, no, I think do I want to add a green one? I think I'm just going to put it in the pocket, and then we'll decide if I want to add any sort of stickers. But I really like how this is coming out, you guys. Like, I think I love the colors in the, like with that layered stamping. I do think it really mimics this Bring On the Growth card. Like I have that greens, the blues, the oranges, and the pink. And then I have my chipboard and everything else. So before I put everything in the album, what I'll do is I'll read you my journaling. So it says, outside, it feels like winter, but inside, in my heart, my soul, the deep places that the light didn't touch, inside, it feels like spring. Joshua and I are relearning each other, learning the contour of each other's hands, the shape of our breath, the breadth and depth of love and affection and hope, and it is blooming all around us. There is space, there is time, there is joy in this season of after school, after loss, after sorrow. And we are growing grace and patience and learning that if winter has the courage to turn to spring, who says we can't bloom just the same? Loving that this season looks like brunch dates, like his hand in mine, like matching light jackets, like mimosas and Bloody Marys, like love and light and sunshine, like spring. A little story, but it feels so impactful. And honestly, using this story kit as the lens is the only reason I thought, like I'm telling you, that yellow card totally was like what I based my journaling on. And it's just, I love that this story kit was the lens to help me tell this story about how like weather and life changes on the outside, but it also changes inside us. I'm still trying to decide if I want to put down that green sticker. That is why I'm babbling. I kind of want to repeat it because it's right there. But I don't know where I would put one. I'm not going to put one. I'm going to leave it. So there you go, guys. This is my layout. I use the March Stories by the Month kit. So if you aren't subscribed to that, I highly recommend you do that. I love how this layout came out. I love the stamping and coloring that wood veneer piece. And I hope you enjoyed this. So till next time, keep it crafty, friends, and have the best day. And I will see you around. Bye.